We invest in mutual funds mostly by choosing the past performance. Now, let's assume you have chosen the best mutual funds for yourself. But are you sure you're making the best possible portfolio with it? Think. Well, by now, it's very clear that mutual funds are a fantastic way of building a long-term corpus and to achieve your financial goals. But that's the end journey. What about the process? The question is about the process. How do you actually travel this journey? How do you actually travel this journey of starting your investments, modifying, churning your portfolio to generate returns? How do you actually go about creating a portfolio of mutual funds? Mutual fund investing and a portfolio creation is not just about selecting the best funds in the market. It's not just about selecting the high performance funds. It's also not just about changing your portfolio on a prospective thematic fund. It's also not just about the buy and forget strategy. It is also not a vehicle to generate monthly recurring income in early phases of your investing life. अरे भाई, जब कुछ भी नहीं है तो फिर है क्या? See, there are no golden rules to create a mutual fund portfolio. However, it should be based on two principles. In this video, we'll explore the options to invest in mutual fund based on those two principles, and also the steps to build a good mutual fund portfolio. It's not just that, at the end there will be a checklist for you to refer to. Well, mutual funds सही तो है, but उतना भी easy नहीं है. It's not just about downloading an app and starting your SIP. There are lots and lots going behind the scene. And that's why I always say investing is tricky. Every step you take in the financial world is a challenge. And with that challenge comes the next big opportunity. This video will give you an insight for sure, but the next one I post can bring you that next big opportunity. So like this video and subscribe to this channel right now, because you don't want to miss it, do you? When we talk about constructing a mutual fund portfolio, we talk about two things. We ask two questions. Are we covered for risk? And are we covered for emergencies? We should start investing in mutual funds only and only when these two aspects are taken care of. Now, assuming they are, then comes your mutual fund investing journey. Now, the basic thing for us to remember is we cannot start investing in mutual funds in isolation. Now, what do I mean by that is, start with a goal. You should have a goal and tag each goal to each mutual fund investment. And this is where it all starts. You want your mutual funds to perform, to deliver, then start off with a goal in your mind. You need to set a clear life goal, a clear financial number should be attached to it. Because if you do not know where you are headed, you would never ever reach there. It doesn't matter how fast you run, what or how high performing funds you have chosen. If your end goal is not clear, you'll never ever reach there. How much you need as a retirement corpus? What would be your son's or children's educational expenses? How much you need to save for your next home or your dream home? What would be the expenses for your dream vacation? These questions would determine your asset allocation. All your goals should have a deadline, a timeline, and a financial number tagged to it. And when that is done, now comes the most important part, and that is tagging your mutual funds to each specific goal. If I have to set an example, say maybe fund A and B for my retirement, fund B and C for my children's education, fund D would be for my dream vacation, fund E would probably be for my dream home. Now, all these examples that I've given you, are they in near future? Like in just a couple of days' time? So suppose you have started investing early in your life. You're in your 20s, 30s. Are you planning to buy your dream home right now? Are you planning to go on your dream vacation right now? Are you planning, is your children's education coming up next year? No, probably not. They have time, which itself means investing in mutual fund is all about the time that you spend in the market. The time that you spend in the market, and it's not about timing the market. The SIP approach, as we said, it should be boring. It should be tedious, month on month, doing the same thing. Allocating your income or part of your income for your investments. Let it automatically do the rest. Let SIP automatically allot your funds to the specific investment vehicles. It's all about the discipline that you have. It's all about the stamina of continuing with your investments even when things are not going well in your personal or financial life. And you know, the beauty of it is once you start a SIP, once the discipline of SIP is inculcated within you, it just becomes a cakewalk. SIPs match your investment allocations to your cash flows. Now for the majority of us, the cash flow is in monthly terms. So if that be it, setting up a monthly SIP ensures that you don't have a cash flow mismatch. And the most important part is SIPs being a phased investment, it offers you the benefit of rupee cost averaging. You basically get more value when the markets go up, and you get to buy more units when the markets go down. Isn't it great? Wherever the market goes, I get to earn more. Isn't it? Now, to get this benefit, there is a work that needs to be done, and that's the homework. When you're working towards investing for your goals, you delegate your task of wealth creation to a particular set of mutual funds. But what you cannot delegate is still being the leader. Now, as a leader, you must do a proper homework to select a good mutual fund for yourself. And by that I mean, the funds that you choose should be in tune with your goals. In a mutual fund portfolio creation, you must concentrate on the consistency of a fund's return more than its CAGR. Also, always prefer the direct mode of investing over the dividend options because it's an auto wealth compounder, and also they are more tax efficient. You can take help of a cheat sheet that I have prepared. Take a look at it. See the sheet, take a screenshot and save it for your reference. This table will help you craft a mutual fund portfolio for most of the financial goals. Now, the important factor here is to understand that investors buy around 10 to 12 mutual funds for a particular goal. 3 or 4 large cap funds, 3 or 4 mid cap funds, 4 or 5 small cap funds, a couple of debt funds tucked in. This is a classic example of a messy, directionless, and a filthy portfolio for yourself. As an investor, if you're buying in the same funds from different AMCs, you should understand that there is no great benefit for you doing so. The only argument that you can give is AMC diversification. That's it. As an investor, you should invest in such a way that there is a minimum overlap between your portfolios, between your funds. Step 5, portfolio creation by elimination. Let's take an example. A newly married couple plans to buy an apartment. Estimated at 1.5 crores in 10 years. Both of them, they work and they can save around 30,000 a month. Now, if that is the target, 30,000 a month of savings, a target corpus of 1.5 crores, and the time you have in hand is around 15 years, if that's your goal, then we can eliminate the funds that would probably not help you achieve that target by the time frame that you have set for yourself. Let's refer to the cheat sheet again and try and find out or try and eliminate what we don't need. Alright, with 15 years time frame, we know that the investing in debt is not required. So let us eliminate the debt category. And so the focus is clearly on equity as the category. Now with equity as a category, we have a list of schemes available which we need to start eliminating. Large and mid-cap may not work since most of these large and mid-cap funds are mid-cap stocks anyway. Small cap funds, they are risky, volatile. Of course, 15 years is a good enough period for this fund, so they can be a part of your portfolio. Multi-cap funds, these are again mid and small cap stocks, may or may not be a part of your portfolio. Focused funds, concentrated bets, highly dependent on fund manager skills. If the fund's investment turns out to be a mistake, the realization may come in a bit too late. Thematic and sector dependent funds, if the call on sector goes wrong, the fund will take forever to recover. ELSS funds, unless one needs to save on taxes as well, let's avoid this category altogether. Index funds, while this is a great option, somehow a strict 10-year period may not do justice for these funds. So that leaves us with large cap funds, small and mid cap funds, small cap funds, and value funds. From here, I would rather discard the value funds because there is a bit of uncertainty about unlocking value stocks. Whereas, let's see, we have discussed this for a newly married couple. Now, whereas for a 40-year-old, he might have a very different outlook, a very different view of his portfolio. He might not have 10 years at hand for his savings. There is no point looking at 100% equity investments for that. For them, the plan could probably be largely into debt and a small portion into equities. Split your mutual funds into core satellite module. The core portfolio should be the one that would cater to your long-term and mid-term goals. We call it core because normally we do not disturb them. A long-term, 15, 20 years down the line. That's your goal, probably your retirement. We do not put our hands on this on a regular basis unless there is a need for rebalancing or changing because of your change in strategy. We do not touch them, and that's why they are the core portfolio. The satellite portfolio is more of an opportunistic in nature because they are looking for the alpha. Satellites are mostly small caps. Some sectoral funds maybe gold, maybe index funds, maybe thematic funds for specific opportunities. But the concept that I'm trying to explain here is the satellite portfolio should be used to try and test the market, try and grab the opportunities that are coming through. The core portfolio should be stable. It should not be changed or maybe altered too much unless there is a specific need of changing its portfolio allocation during your regular review or rebalancing process. Unless that happens, there is no need to touch your core portfolio. It's all about keeping a part stable and then using your satellites to generate more returns, capturing more opportunities from the market. Monitor your fund holdings on risk versus returns versus your goals. Well, you have set your mutual fund portfolio for yourself, where your job doesn't end there. It also has to be reviewed on a regular basis. If the equity market is getting overheated, if the sector is getting overrated, it's probably time for you to exit it or cut down your allocation from there. Similarly, you must add on more allocations when the exposures are good, when the valuations are good. But most important, you should always measure if your core portfolio is in sync with your goals. The core portfolio must be monitored to check whether the funds are underperforming the index, or are they overperforming the index, or they outperforming the index. Are they underperforming or outperforming the peer group? So judge your portfolio based on your time scale, your time horizon, based on your milestones. So in short, ensure you have sufficient health insurance, ensure you have sufficient term life insurance, ensure you have a sufficient emergency fund, ensure you have your financial goal defined by a corpus amount, ensure you have the available time to reach there. If required, use the elimination technique to reach to your portfolio. Be realistic, take a conservative approach and tone down your expectations. Avoid having multiple funds of the same subcategory. Now with all these, set up your portfolio, and a yearly rebalancing or a review is what you all need to do to check your fund and your portfolio's performance. Do not overcomplicate things. Mutual fund construction, a mutual fund portfolio construction should be easy, it should be clear, it should be precise, and it should be targeted to achieve your goals. That's it. The moral of the story is, this is the vehicle you have chosen for your wealth creation, for your retirement. You must put in a lot of effort. You must put in your best foot forward. This little extra effort that you put in to construct a good, better portfolio for yourself would take you that extra mile in achieving your goals. No one else will do it for you. No one else. You have to take charge of your life. The best that I can do for you is to give you this list of captivating videos. All you need to do is see them before you start your investing journey. See them before you take a major decision on your investing. Go ahead, have a look at them right now. As of this video, adios.